Hello everybody, hello guys. So we're back once again and we're up for the chase as Trinbago Knight Riders are on 41 for 1 at the moment, and Sunil Narayan is bashing some great shots around the corner over here to the spinners. So that is a very beautiful boundary from Sunil Narayan. He knew that the fielders were inside the circle. Is a power play time, and we all are very aware of the fact how good a player Sunil Narayan is during the power plays. Well, but this time it didn't go over the inner circle. He just slapped it across the fielder at backward point, and the fielder at the mark there just slightly missed the catch by inches. Well, Roston chases into the attack, 45 for 1 at the moment. Trinbago Knight Warriors makes early room, waits for the ball, and shovels it towards mid-off. This time, no runs taken by Sunil Narayan. Narayan is on 17 of 10 deliveries, and Colin Munro on 14 at the moment. Lendl Simmons is the only wicket that has gone for Trinbago Knight Warriors, and TKR, they have lost Lendl Simmons, as I mentioned. He tried to fancy around a bit against Alzari Joseph and just get carried away with a faint outside edge straight back to the keeper behind the stumps. So Trinbago Knight Warriors requires more 161 runs to win from 96 deliveries. So 16 overs in hand, 161 is the target. They require 10 runs per over, it almost. So 205 for 4 is the total the St Lucia Kings have scored. And guys, the last time when I was in the live, I just went off abruptly because my laptop battery, the charger just went off. And so this is a thing at the moment. Sunil Narayan and Colin Munro are really batting well. Two left-handed batters, two southpaw at the moment at either ends of 22 yards. The power play is still on, and TKR 45 for 1 at the moment. Colin Munro on the strike. Oh, beautiful delivery, back of lane delivery from Wahab Riaz, and the batter slightly manages to tickle it downwards, and no runs taken because the fielder was inside the circle, the fine leg fielder I'm talking about. Each and everybody hearing this Cricket Reborn live on air. And guys, make sure you subscribe to this channel, Cricket Reborn. And I'm really looking forward to some great chat alongside many people over here. 45 for 1 at the moment. Oh, there, yeah, Wahab Riaz, just at the verge of releasing the ball, he ended up not releasing the ball. And that is what Wahab does at times when he gets distracted. And that is very common thing for any bowler out there. Well, Colin Munro on the strike. Only one ball has been delivered at the moment of this over. Wahab Riaz, you just look at that. I think he just got carried away with Sunil Narayan walking across at the non-striker's end. This time lane delivery, and the batter slightly taps it down on the offside and scampers for a quick single. Well, that could have been a chance of a run on with the fielder inside the circle on the offside. That wasn't a very great throw, I would reckon. Colin Munro was off the mark, and Sunil Narayan on 17. He's looked quite well. He tonked a bit of boundaries in the previous over, and TKR will be hoping that he keeps on doing that thing, keeps on tonking balls, keeps on bashing balls around the corner, and because it's a very big chase. Oh, this time, as I mentioned, Sunil Narayan is tonking over here, and this time goes on the offside over the inner circle for a boundary, just slightly shorter of the ropes, and that would all the way carry towards the stands. So Sunil Narayan, oh goodness, oh, this is a maximum. Oh, just over the ropes, just look at that top hand from Sunil Narayan. Now that was a full delivery from Wahab Riaz, bowled quite away, quite wider of the off stump this time. Sunil Narayan just backing his back foot and bashes on the offside over the point region for a maximum. Now this time glances it, but straight towards the fielder at fine legs, saves a couple. And Sunil Narayan seems like he hasn't got sponsors for his bat. Now that's terrible. Hey guys, where are the sponsors for Sunil's bat? Now this was a back of the delivery from Wahab Riaz. It was going down the leg side, and the batter just swivels across and couldn't get any run because the ball just went straight towards the fielder at fine leg. Each and everybody heading this Cricket Reborn live on here, and I will be really glad if you would join alongside me as I go live in the second half of the match, and 52 for 1 at the moment. Trinbago Knight Riders. I keep on saying Knight Warriors, that's my mistake. Well, this time swivels across, back of a lane delivery, will be getting couple, and yes, will get only a single, so that's some lazy bit of running between the duo. They are quite happy with a single. I think running between the wickets has to be very, very good, because if you're chasing 206 and running between the wicket play a very, very crucial role in such chases. Colin Munro is seen changing the bat. Well, 53 for 1 at the moment, and there's one more ball to go. Wahab Riaz has been mixing up lengths quite well, but it seems like the back of a length delivery has been working well for him in this over, and the full length, the fuller one, went for a boundary. This time down the leg side once again. So Wahab is finding it difficult to find his line over here, as he's pulling it down the leg side on a trot, and this time once again a back of a length delivery. The left-hander Colin Munro this time, he tries to swivel it across, but no, misses it by inches, misses a connection over there. Well, each and everybody hearing this is Cricket Tribune live on air, and I hope you're liking this video. Make sure to put a big thumbs up out there underneath the video, and yes, share this among your friends, because this is a live watch along, guys. You can ask your queries, you can ask your doubts, you can have your opinions, we can have a chat, and alongside this always a commentary over here. This time very beautifully placed right in the gaps, and a very, very good chase by the fielder. Just slightly gentle dive forward, and a good work with the hands near the ropes, but this time the duo gets a couple of runs. So there's good running between the wickets, and with that brings up the 50 runs partnership between Narain and Colin Munro. So 51 runs partnership between Colin Munro and Sunil Narain. Both of them have been really very good, but more than that, I think there were a few freebies offered in the form of extras. So 5 was gone, 57 for 1 at the moment, and at last delivery it was quite wider this time, and the left-handed batter, he smashed it right in the gaps between point and cover, but the outfit wasn't that quick enough to fetch them a boundary. Colin Munro will be back on strike. Just look at that delivery, a length delivery, getting good amount of elevation out there between point and backward point to be precise. Well, the backward point fielder running hard, and oh my goodness, chasing a couple, and look at that, there was a guy just behind the ropes. I'm not sure who it was, maybe some of the coaching staffs or something, or some cricketers, some reserve bench cricketers over there, and the fielder at the deep, he just dived forward, and he is almost going to collide with that guy over there, that reserve bench fielder, and the reserve bench fielder over there, he just jumped off, he gave a big leap and just survived. Well, David Vesey is the new bowler being bowled. David Vesey has done his job with the bat, and it's time for him to do the job with the ball in hand, and shimmies down the ground and finds the gap with ease. Tough chase for the fielder, and yes, gets over with the boundary. Colin Munro, lovely bit of timing over there. Now that was a full delivery, bowled wider off the off stump. Colin Munro, now that would be a fuller, and therefore he shimmied down the ground and just gave a beautiful slash of the top hand this time, and finds a gap with ease between extra cover and mid-off. Now these boundaries are very crucial, and more of these are required by TKR. Now this was a slower one, bowled outside the off stump, and the left-handed batter Colin Munro once again tries to slash it across the line, but misses it by inches. So the slow one working out well for David Vesey. Each and everybody, guys, who do you think who will be winning this match? Who will be winning this encounter? Each and everybody hearing this Cricket Tribune live on air, and 61 for 1 at the moment. The target is 206, and you can see Lendl Simmons sitting beside Ravi Rampal at the dressing room, and Lendl might be saying, "Oh goodness, not my day certainly." But I wish I would stay there and see my win going over the line today. But unfortunately, just went out carried due to a faint age. Oh, a swing and a miss. Now, David Vissy, slower one once again on the back of a length this time, quite wider of the off stump. The batter swivels across and misses it. Hey guys, I would request all of you guys to share this link of the video to as many as friends as you can, so that they get to know that there's something live going up. That too about the CPL semi-final. This time cuts it lately, right in the gas, but no. The third man was quite wider this time and only a single offered. So this has been a pretty good over from David Vissy, except a boundary against Colin Munro. Sunil Narayan is on the strike. So both Narayan and Munro are really looking good. Munro is in 23 of 14 deliveries, Narayan on 24 of 13 deliveries. Still to come Team Seffert, Karen Pollard and many others. Well, it's 62 for 1 at the moment, and there's the last ball of the power play. David Vissy with the ball in hand. It's been a very good over for him. By him, he's offered just 6 runs off 5 balls, and he's really looking good. Well, Sunil Narayan on the strike this time. Oh, this time tries to play it along the ground and finds a gap with his. Sunil Narayan gets a boundary. This lovely bit of timing from him. That was a loose delivery, bowled quite away from the off stump. Sunil Narayan, anything on the offside, quite loosened like that, he will be bouncing on them like anything. Now this is a very good shot and very good boundary by Sunil Narayan. 66 for 1 after 6 overs gone. Well, the current run rate is 11.00 and the required run rate is 10.00. Guys, each and everybody hearing this Cricket Tribune live on air, and make sure you stay up here, and we're gonna have a chat, we're gonna have a gossip, it's live commentary, you're gonna get the ball by ball updates and many other such things. Well, 6 overs gone and 66 for 1 wicket. And I have to say that Sunil Narayan and Colin Munro have steadied the ship for TKR at the moment. Lendl Simmons, when he went out, there was 6 for 1. And now you can see Roston Chase into the attack. He has been has been that expensive in his first over, but the captain backing him for a wicket at the moment. The batter watches very carefully and whips it on the onside. Will get a single. Roston Chase chasing the ball. So that's interesting, you know, Chase chasing the ball. Well. 67 for 1 after 6.1 over. Sunil Narayan is on 28 of 14 deliveries, striking at 200. It's been great knock from Sunil Narayan till now. He has also bagged 1 wicket for TKR, and it's been very economical. You can see 3 fielders at the deep in the leg side. They've got a deep square leg, a deep mid wicket, and also a long on. So Sunil Narayan might be targeting on the onside. There could be anything full on the middle and leg. Oh, once again Fuller, but spinning away from the left-hander batsman. Sunil Narayan waits for it and slashes it across the line. Plays it with the spin this time on the offside. Will get only a single. Colin Munro back to strike. Roston Chase has given away 17 runs of 1.3 balls. Oh, this time makes a bit of late room by Colin Munro and gets an underage carried towards deep square leg. Will get only a single. So the strike rotational strike is quite going well over here for the batting team. Each and everybody here, this cricket on live on here. The Trinbago Knight Riders taking against St Lucia Kings. Oh, this time high up in the air. Is there a fielder coming there? Is there a fielder? No, that's a very tough chance. He almost got a hand to it, but couldn't make good ground. And David Vesey, the fielder over there, running from inside the circle. Now look at that. That was shot on full length delivery, spinning away. And Sunil Narine knew that it would spin away from him. He just moved to his back and tried to air it up, clear the inner circle, but didn't quite time that well. And David Vesey from extra cover running back was trying to get a hand, get a touch over there, and trying to make ground, but the ball just leaves his hand in the wrong time. Well, Roston Chase, it's been a very good comeback for him in this over. The first over, he was quite expensive, but the second over out here, if you look, it has been quite economical so far. Just hope that things go well, even in this ball. And as Fuller on the middle and leg, the batter scampers for a single after defensing it. That's good running between the wickets between Colin Munro and Sunil Narine. And with that single, Colin Munro retains the strike in the next over. Well, guys, this is turning out to be a very, very good encounter, I reckon. St Lucia Kings have scored 205 for 4 in 20 overs, and Trinbago Knight Riders are 71 for 1 after 7 overs. Still to come, Team Sefford, Karan Pollard. Now, these are the guys who are known for hitting the ball quite well. They are good strikers of the cricket ball, and Karan Pollard, we all know how good batsman is he during run chases. Now, there's no doubt in that. During the last game, we saw that, and we also have seen it for Mumbai Indians. We have seen it for TKR various amount of times. We have seen for West Indies cricket too. Pollard has done it. He has replicated such a knock, such crucial knocks at various junctures of cricket matches. Now it's 71 for 1 after 7 overs, and who is going to bowl is now St Lucia Kings. They really require a wicket over here. Now if they're going to win, they need to restrict them from getting into a good total. I mean, from chasing the target. So 71 for 1 at 7 overs. They're going very calculative, I reckon. TKR is going very calculative, I reckon. So Colin Munro is on the strike at the moment, and the ball in hand. Will it be David Vesey or will it be somebody else? Now David Vesey bowled a very good over in his first, and yes, he's going to continue. And I think this is a good decision. We saw David Vesey getting a plenty of wickets in I think in previous match for the St Lucia Kings. Now this is very important, right? So this time, goes on the onside, down the leg side, and yes, that will be a boundary. Now that are some freebies that you're offering the opposition. Now this isn't expected at all. Each and everybody hearing this cricket report live on air. And we can see now that's down the ground, and that's gone for a boundary. The wicketkeeper almost got a hand to it, but didn't quite save the ball, and the ball carried behind the keeper for a boundary. Well, a wide and also a boundary. Lots of extra runs this time on the length, quite wider, and the batter slashes it across down to deep point, gets the single. Sunil Narine on the strike. Munro on 27 of 21 deliveries. Narine on 30 of 14 deliveries. Both the batsmen really looking good. They tried to steady the sheep over here. 77 for 1 after 7.1 overs. And David Vesey is continuing from the other end. I think this is very good. This is very good. Each and everybody hearing. So guys, I've got a question for you. Who do you support? Well, I see one viewer up there. And who are you supporting, brother? It's a TKR or St Lucia Kings. Well, it's high up in the air. It won't be carried long. And yes, it's taken. Oh, lovely catch taken. And celebrations in the field from the fielders of St Lucia Kings as they finally get the breakthrough. Sunil Narine, the danger man, is gone. Now that was a top edge. Now the slower one working for David Vesey. Look at that. Bit of off cutter. The fingers revolving around the seam over there. Wider off the off stump on the length. The batter makes room. Goes for the big whack. Gets the top edge. Carried straight towards the sprinting fielder ahead of long off. Now that's a big wicket. Massive blow as Sunil Narayan goes for 30 of 17 deliveries. TKR 77 for 2 after 7.3 overs, and David Rissy has done the job. He's done the terrific job of getting the breakthrough right at the right time. 71 runs partnership between Colin Munro and Sunil Narayan comes to an end. Well, who is the new man in? Is it Dinesh Ramdin? Yes, it seems Dinesh Ramdin is walking towards the crease. Well, it's not Karan Pollard or Team Safford, but it's Dinesh Ramdin. So what could be the reason of Dinesh Ramdin coming over here at number 4? I think maybe Colin Munro, we know that he's a set batsman. He can accelerate from any point of time. So Dinesh Ramdin can play the anchoring innings, I believe, and also try to find the gap at regular intervals. So I think this is a good thing. And they also have got Team Safford and Karan Pollard to come in next at number 5 and 6. So overall, I'll say that it's a very good decision from Karan Pollard and the management to bring in Dinesh Ramdin over here, because Dinesh Ramdin is not known for playing late cameos, isn't it? So I think it's really a very good decision, because Pollard, Team Safford, they can accelerate whenever required, but Dinesh Ramdin takes a little bit of time and then accelerates as the game progresses. Well, Colin Munro on the strike is just ate it up. Oh goodness, slightly shorter of Rakeem Cornwall at short third man, but the duo scampers for a quick single over here. Well, Colin Munro has to be quite careful over here. Now, a little bit of more extra effort that would surely get carried towards Rakeem Cornwall at short third man. Each and everybody here, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel Cricket REBORN. We just don't come up here for live streams. You know, we also give up various cricket contents on various cricket matches. You know, we also bring up podcasts for all of you guys, shorts, you know, YouTube shorts on various things you'll be getting over here. So make sure you subscribe to Cricket REBORN for various varieties of cricket contents. And from over the wicket, this time the bowler goes down the leg side, bowls a wide. Yes, that will be signaled a wide. And yesterday's, well, a lot of extra bit of runs being given by St Lucia Kings tonight, as I see. So guys, so what do you think? What do you think who's going to be the winner? Is it going to be TKR or is it going to be David Rissy? If Trinbago Knight Riders needs to win this match, who do you think becoming the man of the match, or who do you back to play a very vital innings over here? .79 for 2 at the moment. 7.3 overs have been bowled. Dinesh Ramdin is yet to get off the mark. It's on 0. This time goes off the back and slightly nudges it towards the man at offside. Each and everybody hearing this Cricket REBORN live on air. Well, it's 77. Now it's 79 for 2 and still more 2 balls to go. David Rissy has bowled a couple of wide deliveries in his spells, and it's really important that he keeps on finding his length and find his line especially properly. And look at that, once again a slower delivery going down the leg side with the bat. You know, he thinks to tickle that one down the onside and pick a single. So this good batting, good rotation of strike, and Dinesh Ramdin goes off the mark as he's on 1 of 2 deliveries. Colin Munro is on 28 of 22 deliveries. Now Sunil Narayan was the last man to get out. And that was a very big wicket for St Lucia Kings, and Narayan was really looking good. He went out for 30, and this time bowls on the full. Oh dear. Oh, the bails are gone, and that's a wicket. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Now what has happened over here? The DJs of Colin Munro is gone. Oh my goodness. Now Colin Munro has played it down straight into the pads and then into the wickets. Now this is unfortunate dismissal. This is surely unfortunate dismissal, and David Rissy is having his day. He's having a very good day over here at Warner Park. Colin Munro goes for 28 of 23 deliveries. And Trinbago Knight Riders 80 for 3 after 8 overs. Well, guys, each and everybody hearing this is Cricket Reborn live in here. Well, my throat is already paining, but I don't see anybody if you're getting interest or trying to support me over here. Well, that is the thing. Karen Pollard is the new man in. The skipper, last man to dismiss was Colin Munro. He was simply played down by David Vissy. David Vissy gets his second wicket, and this time another slow one, working well for David Vissy, and pulls it on the fuller region near the fourth stump line. And Munro tries to play it away from the ball. He tries to drive that one with a flatter bat and gets played down straight into the pads and then into the stumps. There you do. Well, Javor Royal is the man into the attack, and we are very much aware of the fact how good a spinner he has turned out to be. He has been one of the best finds of this CPL. He has checked the runs quite well whenever required, and he has also backed wickets whenever needed. Royal from around the wicket to the right-handed batter slashes it across the line, this time straight to deep covers, will get only a single. Comprehensive single for Dinesh Ramdin. Now Ramdin and Karen Pollard are the two newcomers over here, and Andre Fletcher, just look at that, how excited is he after he saw that Team 7 has played it down straight into the stumps. Well, David Vissy gets a second, and Munro was really looking good. Now, he has got out quite a few times, playing some unfortunate shots, I would reckon. Now, here is the thing. Now, that's beautifully played right in the gas, but the fielder at the deep does a very, very splendid job. Sprints down the ground and saves a couple of runs. Each and everybody hearing this Cricket Reborn live on air. I'm trying my best to put a good effort and give you some good gaming. Anurag, hi Anurag, how are you? How are you, Anurag? So whom are you supporting? Is it Trinbago Knight Riders, or is it the other one, St Lucia Kings? This time down the York side, and this time swivels it across, wide around the fine leg fielder, will get a couple of runs. That's a boundary. Lovely bit of timing over here from Dinesh. Oh, sorry, it's not Ramdin, it's DM Bravo who's coming. Well, Darren Bravo, the left-hander. He's a new man, and not Karen Pollard. Sorry, bless my eyes. I'm Anurag. I understood, Anurag, that it's Anurag. Well, it's your brother, Abir. You can call him and share this link to him also, and alongside you can share this link or the live stream link to various other friends of yours who loves cricket. Share to Bishesh and others. I know a few friends of yours, Anurag. Well, at the moment, Anurag, whom do you support? Are you watching the CPL, the Caribbean Premier League? It's Trinbago Knight Riders versus St Lucia Kings. Goes aerial this time and over the ropes for a lovely maximum. Now the left-handed batsman Darren Bravo is on fire. Now who will tell you that his game here in the crease, and it's not been even 5 minutes. He's smashing the balls out of the park. He's blazing down the leg side, and this is some terrific striking, and he's taking against the bowler who has been in splendid form in the CPL 2021. And if you look at the fastest deliveries bowled, it's been Alzari Joseph, 139.8 in this match I'm talking about, and all of them being Alzari Joseph. Oh my goodness. So Alzari Joseph is the one who's bowled the fastest balls, and the highest one being 139.8. This time from over the wicket, the batter goes off the back foot and plays it straight towards long on, gets away with a single. Dinesh Ramdin back on strike. Ramdin is in 2 of 3 deliveries, and on the other hand, Darren Bravo is in 13 of 4 deliveries. Are still to come. Karan Pollard, Chinsa, but plenty of batting for TKR. But what they require is a good partnership. They require a solid partnership at this moment, I feel. This time slashes it across the line on the offside towards deep cover. Will get a single, comprehensive single. Now that's quite a wide delivery, a loose delivery. I think had that been a set batsman and not Dinesh Ramdin, a very new Dinesh Ramdin on the crease, that would have gone all the way for a 4 or a 6. It was bowled quite wider, gave enough time for the batter, but Ramdin just couldn't find the gaps over there. He just played it straight towards the man at deep covers along the ground this time. Well, 3 wickets down for TKR, and big 3 wickets. Lendl Simmons, Colin Munro and Sunil Narine, all they would be bagging is that a very good partnership between Dinesh Ramdin and Darren Bravo. Bravo has been really looked well in this over against Javier Royals. He has struck the boundary as well as an over boundary. Roston Chase being brought into the attack. Chase has been a terrific all-rounder for St Lucia Kings. His off-spin has been really very handy, and his batting has been superb. So he's bowled 2 overs today, and has given away 20 runs. Has been a bit expensive than the other days. Well, 9 overs are gone, and TKR 95 for 3. What's interesting is that TKR has managed to keep that run rate on the level. You know, they need 206 runs to chase at almost 10.3 runs per over, and they are on 95 for 3 after 9 overs, and they're above 10, so that is really very good. So there's been calculated risk taken, and they've executed it very well. This time an off-spinning delivery from outside the off stump coming into the right-hander. The batter goes backwards and slashes it across the line, this time between cover and point, and will get a single. A bit of field changes this time, and Roston Chase telling his giver, I need a little bit of changes in the field. If I'm not wrong, he's telling a fielder in the offside to come inside the circle. Raheem Cornwall is the man at short third man. The left-handed batter, and yes, that's always played right in the gaps. A wholehearted dive from the fielder at point. Couldn't save that one, but it's gone straight towards the fielder at deep point and will get only a single. Well, for God's sake, Roston Chase is lucky that it didn't carry away for a boundary. And that is a magnificent square cut from Darren Bravo. Dinesh Ramdin on the strike. Ramdin hasn't accelerated till now in this innings, and we can see nudging the ball past the bowler this time, getting a single down to long on. 9.4 overs gone, and TKR 98 for 3. I'm sorry, I told one extra. It's 9.3 overs gone and 98 for 3 TKR. While Darren Bravo is in 14 of 9 deliveries, and Ramdin on the other hand on 5 of 6 deliveries. Roston Chase is going to be full. Yes, it's fuller and slashed across, but beautifully saved by the fielder at point. Lovely bit of fielding, diving onto his left. If I'm not wrong, it's Mark Dayal. Oh, look at that. Lovely bit of fielding over there. Diving onto his left and saving a couple of runs this time. And Darren Bravo still trying to find the boundary, trying to find the gap on the offside. He's a terrific batter in the offside. My goodness. And this time, oh, leaves this one. Now that's a fuller one. Just turning it slightly away from the southpaw this time. And Darren Bravo, he almost premeditates to play that shot, but in the end, leaves it alone. Well, each and everybody hearing this Cricket Tribune live on air, what are your views? Who's going to win? Is it TKR or is it St Lucia Kings? Comment down below what your view is. You know, whom are you supporting? I'm really keen on here, and I've got plenty of questions for all of you guys. Well, this time slashes this one across. Once again, guides it to deep point, gets away with a single, and it's time for the chilly play line. Drinks break. Well, dinner was gone. It's time for drinks break. As I mentioned, it's 99 for 3 at the moment. TKR Darren Bravo has looked solid till now. He's played a few balls, scored 15 runs. Dinesh Ramji on the other hand is trying to steady the sheep, is trying to play the anchorage role. He hasn't found any boundaries so far, but is rotated the strike quite well. Hasn't eaten up balls, I would say. So that is the thing. And St Lucia Kings will be looking for more wickets. One or two wickets here will turn the tables completely in their favor. I would say it's more of a 50-50 contest at the moment, or a 55-45 contest with 3 wickets down for Trinbago Knight Riders. And then since it's a 205 runs on the board, they have got, St Lucia. So I would say it's a 55-45 in favor of St Lucia Kings at the moment. But now this is a place, this is a point where things can turn out, that the game can change anytime, because the surface is a very good one for batting, and Dinesh Ramdan is trying to steady the ship. Darren Bravo on the other hand is trying to play the accelerating role over here. He's trying to find the gaps, he's trying to smoke a ball out of the park, and that is what he's looking. And they still took up his Karan Pollard and team's effort. And Pollard, my goodness, is one of the best in the business when it comes to finishing off a total. So Karan Pollard is the big man who's going to come next, and we have seen Pollard doing for Mumbai Indians, chasing a big totals for Mumbai Indians, chasing big totals for West Indies international cricket team, chasing big totals for TKR itself. Example is in the previous match where they chased a very low scoring total, with Pollard scoring a half century against St Kitts and Nevis Patriots, the team led by DJ Bravo. So Pollard can do, and he's in really good form. Pollard has found his form right ahead of the IPL, so that's also very good news for Mumbai Indians too. Well, it's time for the drinks break, so that is why I'm telling you all of these things and not a ball-by-ball commentary, guys. Well, Taylor was gone 99 for 3, and yes, Darren Sami, let's trying to say something. A big fan, Anurag. Thank you so much, Anurag. Thank you so much. If you're liking this video, just put a big thumbs up over there. And you were asking me earlier on that how many subscribers I had, so I've just enabled that thing, and now you can see how many subscribers I have. And yes, in order to support me, guys, make sure you please share this video. And summing up the innings so far, St Lucia Kings have posted 205 runs on the board, and in second innings, Trinbago Knight Riders lost the early wicket of Lendl Simmons as he went for 4 runs after facing 6 deliveries. He tried to play the ramp shot, walking across the line, got a slight tickle, slight outside edge, and straight into the keeper on reflection behind the wickets. The second wicket is Sunil Narine. Now Sunil Narine and Colin Munro, they were really batting well. They grew a 71 runs partnership. They almost extracted the chase from a tough situation. They really did well in the power play, I mean. So later on, Sunil Narine on a back of a length delivery tried to whack that one over the fielder at the long off region, but got a top edge and it was straight towards the fielder, just past the inner circle on the mid off region. The next wicket is with Colin Munro. Just Colin Munro simply followed Sunil Narine. There were some 4 or 5 balls gap between both the wickets. So Colin Munro, gaming Abid. Hi Abid, how are you? How are you, brother? It's really pleasing to have both gaming Anurag and gaming Abir. I think those are new channel of gaming Anurag and gaming Abir. Guys, if you find any content in both the channel, make sure you subscribe them. Because they also put in hard work, and they try to provide esports gaming in front of you. I think they play Free Fire, isn't it, Abir and Anurag? What do you guys stream on YouTube? Free Fire, right? So I'm just asking all my subscribers and others to subscribe to the channel, and make sure, guys, you also share this link to various of your friends. Ask them to subscribe. I am fine, and you? I'm fine too, Abir. I'm fine too. Well, whom are you supporting? Trinbago Knight Riders, which is led by Kieran Pollard, or are you supporting the other one, that is St Lucia Kings, led by Andre Fletcher, the Spiceman? Now this is a big match. It's a semi-final, right? So the drinks break is over, and we can see Alzari Joseph into the targets, high up in the air. Now how far has that gone? And that is over the ropes into the stands. Oh, lovely piece of timing. Lovely piece of timing from the left-handed batsman. And I mentioned Darren Bravo is really looking well. is really looking to accelerate the innings, and this time a fuller length delivery and pace on delivery. And just look, that is the safest part of the ground where you can hit. Just straighter, and it's gone straight in the top tire. Now, how big was that? Oh dear, this lovely, lovely striking of the cricket ball. And with that comes up the 100 runs for Trinbago Knight Riders this time. Tucks it down to onside towards deep square leg. He's running for a single and gets it comfortably. So this time a slower one from Ali. I'm sorry, it was not Alzari Joseph. It was Alain actually. The way I'm watching the match in my cell phone, so the letters are quite small, and it really becomes difficult at times to read out small articles. Well, gaming Abir, gaming Anurag, thank you. How are you? I am fine, Anurag. I am fine. So, how are you guys? Are you ready for the IPL? Which team are you gonna support in the IPL this time? The phase 2. I know both of you are very much big fan of IPL. So, which team are you supporting in the IPL this? And this time goes fuller and wider, and the right-handed batter tries to reach towards the pitch of the ball and drive it towards long off. Is it your first live? No, not at all, Abid, not at all. So this is where I get to understand that you're not following Cricket Reborn at all. So you're not following us properly. This isn't our first live. I think we have done almost 8 to 10 or 12 lives already. I'm not sure about the number, but I've done a couple of live in the World Test Championship, in the 100, and now this is the one I'm doing in the semi-final. Well, this straight onto the pads this time. Gets a tickle onto the pads and runs away for a single. That will be given a bye this time. It doesn't matter from where the run comes, but what all matters is the runs to become. So this time flashes around and is high up in the air. Is there a fielder? And no, it's cleared. He has cleared the ropes. He has cleared the inner circle this time and gets away with the boundary. Now this is lovely. This is lovely bit of batting. And just look at that from Dinesh Ramdin. We were constantly telling that Dinesh Ramdin wasn't accelerating. Now look at this delivery. It was a full toss. It was a wide full toss this time, and he premeditated that shot. He went across, he walked across, and just played the ram shot perfectly. And that is some class from Dinesh Ramdin. We all know that he's a veteran cricketer and he knows what the bowler could be trying to do this time. Gaming Anurag, thanks. Thanks a lot, Anurag. You didn't tell me whom are you supporting in the IPL. Which team are you supporting in the IPL? Anurag, you didn't say me. Even Abid, ask Abid. Tell that. Only 2 members are watching. Yes, because you were not sharing, man. Earlier on, I was also live an hour ago, and that time there were a couple of people who were watching the stream. Unfortunately, not this time, right? Well, each and everybody hearing this Cricket Reborn live on air, make sure you subscribe this channel. And there's Trinbago Knight Riders require more 94 runs to win from 54 deliveries. Now, what is going to be the result? What do you guys think? Eleven overs gone, 112 for 3 at the moment. And DM Bravo, 23 of 11 deliveries. Ramdin on 10 of 9 deliveries. Roston Chase is into the attack. Now is into his last over, Roston Chase. He's giving away 24 runs from 3 overs here. The first over he bowled, he went away for a good amount of runs, but now he's made a very good comeback in the next 2 overs of him. And this time that's a quicker off spin and delivery. Bowled right on the 5th stump from over the wicket. That is going away from the left-handed batter. gaming Abe, I shared this live. Thanks a lot, Abe, for sharing this live. Thank you so much. Glad that you've shared this live, and I hope you keep following Cricket Reborn in this manner. And this time, place it down the ground towards long off. Gets away with a single. 113 for 3 after 11.2 overs, and the batter on strike will be Dinesh Ramlin. Roston chase has been pretty good. Each and everybody hearing this Cricket Reborn live on here, and I would be really glad if you could share this live stream among your cricket loving friends. Well, Darren Bravo is striking the ball at 184 at the moment, and this is not something we get to see quite often, isn't it? So 113 for 3 after 11.2 overs. Roston Chase is the guy. He's bowling from around the wicket this time. He's changing his angle to the right-handed batter. Shivers down the ground, plays it back to Roston Chase. Good dive by Roston Chase and saves a couple. Now 4 members. Great, Abe. Thank you a lot. Thanks a lot, Abe, for sharing this live stream. Guys, if you're watching me live on air, make sure you share this one among your friends, among your cricket-loving friends. We try to be live on air on various occasions. Even in the IPL, we'll try to be. And yes, also we'll be bringing up plenty of cricket contents, cricket videos, cricket podcasts with various cricketers, others in this channel, right here in Cricket Reborn. Make sure you do it. And this time, goes aerial, flatter, and over into the stands. Lovely batting from Dinesh Ramlin over here. Now that was right in the slot. And just look at that, Ramlin clearing his front legs very quickly, falling, reaching towards the pitch of the ball, and yes, that's a magnificent slog sweep. Gets a 6. Now this time drags the length backwards, getting to check the ball away from the right-hander, and the batter just kites the ball towards mid-off. Won't get any run. Well, 11.5 overs have been bowled, and the last ball of the over is on cue. 119 for 3 at the moment. Gaming Anurag by. No, Anurag, don't go. Where are you going, man? Why are you leaving me? Are you not getting interest over here? Like, this is turning out to be a great match. Now, you can turn on your phone or turn on any other phone and watch the match and hear this live stream. Now, that is something that you can do and you might enjoy. Well, oh dear. Now, misses a connection over here this time. And that was a slower one, an off-spinning delivery, and the keeper thinks that the batter had got a faint edge over there. He's down, and Fletcher, has he injured himself? It does seem so. Oh dear, straight into the knees of Andre Fletcher, the wicket keeper, and the physio is out here, is trying to do some drills with Andre Fletcher and make sure that he's alright, because there are 8 more overs to go, and Trinbago Knight Riders require 87 runs. Now look, 87 runs required from 48 balls. Now this is quite chaseable. And that was the job of Dinesh Ramlin and Darren Bravo, to keep things in a calculative manner, steady the ship after Sunil Narine and Colin Munro departed. Now I have to credit the management for this decision. I also have to credit the batters for playing this amazing knock. Anurag is telling good night. Anurag, don't go, man. 48 balls required. 48 balls left and 87 runs required. This is going to be a heck of a chase. Team 7 is going to come in next, who is also a player of Kolkata Knight Riders. Kyron Pollard is going to come in next, who is known to chase these big totals. He is also a player of Mumbai Indians. Why I'm naming the IPL franchise? Because I know that both of you guys are very much familiar with IPL and not other franchise leagues. But it's time to pay attention to other franchise leagues. Also, these are some entertaining games, and this is amazing over here. Now, so we roll on to the next over here, and 119 for 3 at the moment, and we can see Faf du Plessis with an injured, his thigh region, maybe the hamstring region, perhaps. I'm not that good with injuries and its analysis. So here's a recap to the innings of Mark Dale. How good was he today? 78 of 44 deliveries, and that is where he started off things well for St Lucia Kings and Team David and David Vissy. Both of them played late cameos, quick cameos, and took St Lucia Kings to 205. Well, but I need to say that St Lucia Kings need to get a wicket. Not just a wicket, they need to get 2 big wickets over here of both these batters. and get the new batter in. Then there's Carlton Pollard, who is known for chasing. Now, so what is the thing is that they locate wickets on regular intervals. That should be the criteria for St Lucia Kings. They've got Wahab Riaz, he's a wicket taking bowler, but can he do the job? Back of a length delivery, swivels across the batter, and just didn't quite time that well. We get only a single down to deep square leg, and the right-handed batter, Dinesh Ramdin, on the strike. He's in 16 of 13 deliveries, and Darren Bravo has really looked well. He's on 26 of 14 deliveries. And so guys, I hope you're enjoying this live session alongside me. If you've got any queries up there, you can surely ping me up there. Just in the comment section down below. You can drop down your opinions about the game. You can drop down opinions about any game. You can drop down about any queries regarding this particular game. I prefer queries on this particular game because there's a CPL live going on over here. Well, 124.3 at the moment, 12.1 overs gone. The current run rate is 9.86. Well, they're almost 10, we can say, and TKR, they require 86 more runs to win from 47 deliveries. Wahab Riaz has been quite expensive today, and but still, the skipper Andrew Fletcher is backing him to pick some wickets. This is a ground which has been quite good for the batters actually. Pravin Bharti, mate, who do you have winning? Gaming Avir, by which app are you doing live? This time tries to shrivel across but misses this one. Pravin Bharti, mate, who do you have winning? Hey Pravin, great to have you over here, man. Great to have you over here. I think what I personally think is that it's quite a 50-50 effort at the moment. Now, 3 overs back I was telling it was a 55-45 thing, in favor of St Lucia Kings, but now it's come down to 50-50. We can see Darren Bravo is really striking the ball well. Dinesh Ramdin has started to accelerate in his own style. There's still to come Karan Pollard. We know he's a master of chasing big totals. He has done that earlier, and he can replicate such an innings once again. He's done it in the previous game too against St Kitts, Nevis and Patriots, and he can do it once again, and he's a big match player. So I back TKR to chase this total. It's been a batting surface, I believe. There's nothing for the bowlers. Except a few slower balls they've tried out, and the batter needs to be clever enough to read which is the slower one and which is the pace on delivery. So I would back TKR, but yes, 2 or 3 wickets over here. Some 2 or 3 wickets over here, and St Lucia Kings are right at the game. What do you reckon, Pravin? Well, some good deliveries over here from Wahab Riaz, and that was the back of a limb delivery. Gaming Abid is asking, by which app are you doing live? I'll tell you in WhatsApp, bro. I'll tell you in WhatsApp, bro. This is not the right place to tell. Alright. By the way, I'm doing with the help of YouTube, man. And just because I have not reached 1K subscribers, that's why I need to use another software. I'll tell you. Ping me in WhatsApp after the game gets over. I'll surely tell you. Well, 121 for 3 at the moment. 12.4 overs gone. Praveen, I'm waiting for your reply, brother. What do you think? What do you reckon? Who's gonna win? Who do you bank as the winners of the game and heading towards the final? Well, 121 for 3 at the moment, and Darren Bravo is on the strike. Here comes the bowler into the tackle. Wahab Riaz knocked him over. Oh, the middle stump is gone now. How good is that from Wahab Riaz, rattling the stumps as it does it in every tournament, in every franchise that he plays for. Now this is some terrific bowling, and that is why the skipper has brought Wahab Riaz despite of giving away plenty of runs. Now that's a check of a no ball. Check of a no ball. Is that a no ball? Now we are quite aware that Pakistan bowlers are quite fond of these no balls. Now nothing against them, no controversy. But yes, just the stats you can say. And just look at that delivery, quick and fast, and the batter just making a mistake to play it across the line this time, and just couldn't read that, and also getting beaten by the pace. Pravin Bharti, what's your plan for the second semis? Are you going to stay up and watch that or what? Look, I've got a plan to watch the second semi-final of CPL, but I'm really not sure if I could come live, because I had the plan of coming live and doing this live stream, but I don't think my throat will support me doing that, because the throat doesn't my vocal cords doesn't really looks sounds that good, because uh, back-to-back matches. Uh, well, anyway, so that wasn't no ball by Wahab Riaz. The foot was slightly inside the crease, and that is why it hasn't been a no ball. And the left-handed batter, that was Darren Bravo, his good innings comes to an end. It was a very good cameo from him, and this is where this is why Karan Pollard has come here in the crease, the skipper, because Wahab Riaz has castled the top of middle stump of Darren Bravo. And look at the expression of Wahab Riaz. He's quite happy, he's quite delighted, but he is not smiling, because the smile comes only after you get your team towards the finals. Well, bet the house on the St Lucia Kings now, lol. Can be Pravin, but as long as Karan Pollard is there, I'm not betting on St Lucia Kings. I'm still on TKR. I'm still on TKR. Now, no doubt that St Lucia Kings are an amazing side, but as long as there is a Karan Pollard, you can't take things away from TKR on run chases. Now you just look there, almost there's almost 12 runs, I think, the required run rate at the moment, and Karan Pollard has done that earlier on. Well, this time goes fuller. Wahab Riaz straight in the middle and leg, and the batter tickles down the fine leg, gets away with a single. So Pollard goes off the mark. Pollard one on one, and he's on one of one deliveries, and he'll be back on the strike. On the hand is Dinesh Ramdin. He scored 17 runs of 15 deliveries. Darren Bravo, he has scored 25 of 16 deliveries. He was the last one to get out. Wahab Riaz rattling his middle stump, and just beaten by the pace, perhaps. Pravin, so it seems like you're supporting the St Lucia Kings. You do favor the St Lucia Kings to win the finals, isn't it? On the other hand, if you ask me, I'm quite keen to watch St. Kitts Nevis and Patriots versus TKR in the finals. I think both the sides are a really good side. Now, see, all the top four sides are really good sides, and also even Jamaica Talabas was a good side, but things didn't go get along with them. Sometimes it does happens a bit of here and there, but I personally feel that TKR is a very good side, and St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots, I would love to see them against TKR. DJ Bravo, previous season we saw him playing for TKR, and now against Karan Pollard led team. It'll be really fun to watch. Both the sides are quite balanced, quite well poised, I believe. And now the right-handed bowler, goes down the leg side, that we call the wide. Alzari Joseph has picked a wicket, the first one, that's of Lendl Simmons, and is brought back into the attack as Karan Pollard is on the strike. Pollard has done one of one deliveries, and 83 more runs required to win from 42 deliveries. Oh, quick one. No chance of a run out, but no. Had that been directed, and the batter would have surely gone. I think it was Karan Pollard who was running towards the danger end, and yes, it was him. Well, that could have been a touch and go situation. This time tucks it down the ground on the leg side. He wants a single, he gets a single. Dinesh Ramdin rotating the strike quite well, giving the strike back to Karan Pollard. Alzari Joseph is really bowling quick, and we saw in the previous stats that Alzari Joseph, his bowled quickest delivery in the match so far, and that was 139.8 Ks. Still not 140 by anyone in this match so far, but Alzari Joseph, you can't bet on him. He might leap to 140 Ks. Well, he's really bowling quick, mate. You should have a guest on for the finals. The more the merrier, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, Pravin. I'm planning to get a guest for the finals. Absolutely, that's my plan. We've just cracked the plan, and I thought I would give a surprise to all my supporters, to all my followers up there in Instagram, in Facebook, in Europe. But seems like your prejudged it very well. So seems like you prejudged the balls quite well. Do you do in the cricket field too, Pravin? A bit of words exchanged at the moment. Alzari Joseph is seen is murmuring a bit against Karen Pollard. Now, no, Alzari, no, that is not the man. That is not the man. Go up against Pollard on the strike. Back of a lane delivery, good delivery, a very good bouncer by Alzari Joseph. Quick one shot, and Pollard just leaping onto his back foot and defending it quite well. We can see Darren Sami having a talk with one of the fielders at the deep. If I'm not wrong, it could be Wahab Riaz. Well, we could see the back facing of the fielder, so quite not sure about if it was Wahab or not. But it did seem like him. Sami having some words exchanged with his leading bowler. Dinesh Ramden is on the non-striker's end, and we can see Karen Pollard is in 2 from 4 deliveries, 125 for 4 after 13.4 overs. Oh, good delivery on the length, away from the off stump line. The batter just drags his bat quite weirdly towards the line of the ball and gets away with a single anyway. 13.5 overs gone, 126 for 4. Alzari Joseph, this has been a very good over from him. He's mixed the length quite well. He's mixed the line also quite well. He's bowled the sharp bounces at Karen Pollard. He hasn't hesitated to bowl sharp bounces against Pollard because we know Pollard is a very good puller of the ball. He can pull the ball over the ropes at any time. And but Alzari Joseph is really courageous effort from him. And this time, Dinesh Ramden is busy rotating the strikes quite well. Once again, Schrader in the woods and the batter nudges it down mid-wicket and scampers for a single. 127 for 4 after 14 overs. And so the required run rate is jumping a little bit higher at the moment for TKR. Each and everybody hearing this cricket tribune live on air. Well guys, so the required run rate has jumped over 11 at the moment and 36 balls are left, 79 required. Alzari Joseph has really bowled well. You can see now Kimo Paul is into the attack. Now Kimo Paul has been a go-to guy for them in the slog overs for the St Lucia Kings, and he's really worked well. Kimo Paul, Alzari Joseph, Wahab Riaz. The slog overs seems like to be divided between all these bowlers, and we can also see David Vesey bowling a couple of overs in the slog overs. I won't be surprised to see David Vesey because he picked up 2 wickets. He bowled well. He was mixing up the slower ones quite well, and you know, at this kind of pitch you gotta be a bit witty, you gotta be a bit clever, and I think David Vesey has got all those things that is required to bowl in this slog over. Well, Kimo Paul has been handed the ball, age 23, a very youngster, has played for the Delhi Capitals in the IPL. He's quite an impressive bowler. Is coming up against 2 veterans of West Indies cricket, Dinesh Ramden, who doesn't feature for the international team anymore, and on the other hand is Karen Pollard in the non-strikers end, and he is the skipper of Indies cricket team. Here comes Kimo Ball into the attack from over the wicket, goes full, and the batter swivels across Does he find the gap? And yes, he does. Gets away with the boundary past the fine leg region. Much needed boundary for Trinbago Knight Riders. And Kimo Paul gets a shacking right away. Well, that was a low full toss. They tried to bowl the Yorker but didn't quite execute that well. And the fielder, the fine leg, was inside the circle and there was no room for him to chase that ball and save a couple of runs. So that's a welcome boundary due to the field settings over here. So the plan for Kimo Paul is to bowl in the block hole. So we'll be trying another delivery at the block hole at the moment. So that is the thing that we're going to look. Now this time goes for the big whack. Once again on the onside this time. Dinesh Ramden didn't quite time well. And yes, Kimo Paul, as I mentioned, he went for the Yorker. But once again, it wasn't a proper Yorker, I would say. But anyway, it did work for him. And that is what is required. So Karan Pollard will be on the strike. Each and everybody hearing this is Cricket Tribune live on air. It's been a great game over here so far. The game is going down the wires, I believe, if both the batters stay. Pollard is on the strike. He's on 3 and TKR will be wanting Pollard to smack a couple of sixes over here and there. Well, Praveen thinks that St Lucia Kings has a favour. And what do you guys think, guys? Is it going to be St Lucia Kings going into the finals? Oh, goes big, Karan Pollard, and that is straight away into the stands. Oh, there. So that is something from Karan Pollard. And look at that, right in the arc from Kimo Paul. That was right in the arc from Kimo Paul, and Karan Pollard has clobbered it out of the park. So this is some great batting from Karan Pollard. I believe on the full, just near the off-stump line, Pollard just walking slightly across the line and knew that was going to be fuller one and just threw his hands on the line of the ball, and that's gone all the way for a 6. Oh, that was real big shot, man. That was terrific, a huge shot. Polly, yes, Praveen, Polly. Now that is where I betted, you know. That is where I had bet Karan Pollard. This is the man. If you can get him out early, that's good thing for you. And if you can't get him out early, better luck next time. This time, oh, they want a couple. They want a couple. Will they get? And yes, they will, because the throw from the fielder in the deep wasn't quite proper. This time, Kimo Paul trying to bowl that quite wide off the off stump. Batter just once again tries to throw his arm between deep covers and deep extra cover. The fielder running from deep covers grabs the ball, and oh, that was terrific. That was terrible. I mean, you know, he just didn't throw the ball at the perfect place, and therefore the duo stole another single. So 2 runs coming of the last ball. Second last ball of the over goes big, and that is a huge. That is another one. Has it gone all the way for a 6? Yes, it has. Well, Karan Pollard, I tell you, Praveen, I tell you, if this guy is here in the crease for at least more 3 overs, you're going to see the tables turning completely in favor of TKR. Doesn't matter who the bowler is. Doesn't matter. If it's his day, he's going to make sure his team goes over the line, and that is what Karan Pollard is. Remember the name, and we can see Darren Samis We can see Darren Sammy, who is one of the members of the management group of St Lucia Kings, is quite silently sitting. 10 minutes ago, we saw him having a chat with Wahab Riaz, trying to do something, trying to give some words, trying to give some ideas to the bowlers or the fielders near the ropes. Darren Sammy. Well, there's been 20 runs of this over. It's been a real terrible over from Kimo Paul. And this time, once again, goes on the leg side, and that's a tough chase for the fielder. But no, it's not one of the quickest outfields we'll ever see in West Indies, and that's why that's not a boundary. And they run hard for a couple of runs. So 149 for 4 after 15 overs, and all the hard work that was put into by the bowlers in the previous few overs it's gone all in vain, because 1 over of Kimo Paul has once again brought the current run rate of TKR almost near 10. The required for 57 runs from 30 deliveries, and as I mentioned, 3 more overs if Pollard plays this way. If he stays for at least 3 overs, you can see the tables turning in favour of TKR, and that is what I believe will be the thing, unless someone like David Vissy or someone like a Wahab Riaz, pulls quite wittily, tries to play some mind games with Pollard, or tries to read him well and get something done for St Lucia Kings. And yes, that is it. As I mentioned, David Vissy or Wahab Riaz, and here he comes, David Vissy. He's got 2 wickets, he's got the good slower one, he's got a good off cut, and yes, he can deliver a wicket. He can surely deliver a wicket, but can he do it? Can he extract a wicket for St Lucia Kings, or will Dinesh Ramdin and Karan Pollard dominate the bowlers and also David Vissy like they have been doing in the last few overs? "15 overs gone, 149 for 4. Dinesh Ramdin on 23 of 90 deliveries is on the strike. You can see there's a long on in place. There's deep square leg for him, deep extra cover this time. So all Ramdin is doing is just maneuvering this strike. And 150 off for TKR and 15.1 overs, and Karan Pollard is back on strike. It was a fuller one, slower delivery, and all Dinesh Ramdin did was nudge the ball around the mid-wicket region and scamper for a single. Karan Pollard will be on the strike. David Vissy has picked up 2 wickets. He needs 1 more to break the shackles at the moment. But can he do it? Can he do it? And the next to come in is Team Seffert. He's batted up. He's well set. You can see a bit of Brendan McCullum in Team Seffert. It's not just me who has said it. There are plenty of experts who has already told this fact. And if he gets to play like a Brendan McCullum innings, if by chance there's a wicket gone, then Team Seffert, you will be delighted. TKR will be delighted. TKR into the finals. Well, a lot of field placement, field changes, and slower one, wider off the stump, and umpire signals it a wide. Seems like the wicketkeeper is not that happy with that one signaling a wide. Well, Karan Pollard changing his gloves at this moment. So there is a clear signal from KP that a storm is going to be coming very soon. I feel we saw a storm in the last over, and perhaps a short break in the storm going on at the moment. Karan Pollard on the strike. Well, here you go. 19 runs of 9 deliveries. Is he going to go for the big one? Oh yeah, he goes, but he misses. A swing and a miss as David Vissy perfects a slower Yorker, wider Yorker this time. And good delivery from David Vissy. Pollard walks across the line, and look at that, goes for the big whack, but no, he misses it, Pollard. Oh, Polly. Clever delivery from David Vesey, and I think it's really good. The line is bowling, the delivery is bowling, it's very skillful, it's really well. It might work well against Karen Pollard, but if he if he keeps on bowling in the same line, same area, and same delivery to Karen Pollard, then my goodness, Pollard will find a way to hit you, to get a six out of somewhere. Well. That's a couple of singles out here, and why I was silent because I was typing my keyboards, guys. To ask the question, 54 record from 27 deliveries. Can Pollard and Coach his target? What do you guys think? 153 for 4 at the moment, TKR. And still two more balls to go of this over. And goes for the big one, Karen Pollard. Has he found the distance? I do think he has. And yes, he has. Oh my goodness, that's straight into the top tire. Now it doesn't matter if you're bowling the slower one, if you're bowling the wide Yorker, if you're bowling to Karen Pollard who is in form. So that is a 6. That is a 6. And that is 21. Number 6 for Karen Pollard in this tournament. That was a wide Yorker bowled. It wasn't a bad delivery, but Karen Pollard, he just deepened himself, he widened his hands and just threw it in the direction of the ball. And the rebounding ball goes straight into the top tire for a magnificent 6. Now this is top class batting, top class striking from Karen Pollard, and Rohit Sharma and the other Mumbai Indians batters must be seeing at this and cheering for him. Oh Polly, oh, I think we're on for a couple of matches in the IPL, right? So yes, here we go. We're all ready. Pollard is back, and each one of others too. So guys, what do you reckon? Praveen, if you're hearing me, what do you think? Can St Lucia Kings get a breakthrough over here? Do you think? And if they can get, who do you think is the man who can get a breakthrough for them? I personally felt it could be Wahab Riaz or David Vesey. They are the man. But David Vesey is going for runs at the moment against Karen Pollard, and that is what the danger is. Pollard, and this time high up in the air. Now this could be a chance. And yes, an easy catch, an easy peasy catch for Andre Fletcher, the wicketkeeper. As I mentioned, if it had to be a wicket for of Karen Pollard, it had to be Wahab Riaz or David Vesey. There goes the slower bouncer, working well for David Vesey. Karen Pollard back to pavilion, and there is a big wicket. This is a big wicket. Check in the no ball. No, it seems pretty fine. It seems pretty fine with no ball out there. David Vesey is right behind the crease, and look at that, a wider bouncer, slower one also, pace off from that, and Karen Pollard trying to swivel his bat with the top hand under it in the direction of deep mid wicket, and just gets the top edge straight underneath Andre Fletcher, the wicket keeper. Quite a comfortable grab, and this could be the game changing place. Now, I believe that if there is a twist in the game, this is this point. Dinesh Ramdin and Team Seifert needs to do it for TKR anyway. But St Lucia Kings need to get those wickets on regular occasions. Just you need to break this partnership. Just get 2 more wickets of this, at least 1, and you're done. with 47 runs required from 24 deliveries at the moment. Tim Safford is the man he's in. He's a very young, promising New Zealand batter, and all hopes lies on this duo, Tim Safford and Dinesh Ramdin. Tim Safford is one of those batters who really loves to bat at the top of the order, but this is a challenge that's been given towards him. Both the wicket keepers batting. Tim Safford is batting at low down the order, and he needs to chase the target well. Alzari Joseph has been brought into the attack. He's been pretty well. He's bowled really well today. There's been more of a pace on delivery for Alzari Joseph and not pace off. We all remember about the fiery spell he bowled for Mumbai Indians, If I'm not wrong, it was Sunrisers Hyderabad, the opposition. Can he replicate something over here? Despite his bowling at the two end of the innings, unlike the match I'm referring to. Look at that wicket, Karan Pollard. That is a big wicket, man. That is a massive blow to TKR, and we can see the expression of David Vissey. He is delighted. And look at that, Darren Sammy. He is delighted too. He is delighted too. When Pollard was smacking those sixes out of the park, Sammy, he was simply silent. Tough going from here on. Yeah, absolutely. Now, Praveen, I think that St Lucia Kings, they're right on the track. They need to keep things pretty simple and bowl the right areas, bowl the right line, try to get few wickets. See, things are not over for St Lucia Kings from here. Team Savage is a deadly batsman. He can turn things, but there's a big game. I do back the St Lucia Kings from here. They've got the wicket of the big man, but once again, I would not be surprised to see Team 7 and Dinesh Ramdin finishing things off over here. Somehow, getting to chase the total. But once again, the pressure is on the TKR at the moment. Let's see what we have to witness. This time, drills it down the ground towards long on, gets away with a single. The fielder at long on, Jafar Royal. And what's interesting is that Jafar Royal, who has been the key wicket taker on regular matches and regular occasions, hasn't bowled many overs over here. I think he's bowled only one over, if I'm not wrong. Yes, and he went for 15 runs. So that has been the thing. They've got a couple of bowlers. I think Wahab Riaz has got one over to bowl. They've got one of David Vissey to come in. Aline can bowl a over. And this time, Tim Safford drilling it down to long off for a single. It's a bit of rotation of strike between the duo. 162 for 5 at the moment, and 16.4 overs have been bowled. Praveen Bharati is alongside me in the chat box. Praveen, what do you think? You're asking my opinions, but you're not telling what you personally feel, brother. What is your take? Do you think that's an easy peasy thing from here for St Lucia Kings from here on? Oh, goes for the Yorker. Not the perfect one, but the batter deepens inside and tries to drill it down the ground and will get a single. As I mentioned, it's not the quickest of the outfields you'll see in West Indies. And moreover, I think the fielder in the deep, the long on fielder or the long off fielder is more finer at the moment. So there's a bit of 78 meters of gap on the leg side between the deep mid wicket fielder and the fine leg fielder. It's high up in the air, and this time, it's gone. Oh, there's a lovely bit of batting from Team Safford, and TKR will be hoping things to go in similar fashion. 70 overs gone, 167 for 5, and Team Safford has found a boundary to his name. Now that was a very good uppercut played by Team Safford. As I mentioned, he's a very clever batter. He's a very good batter in the shortest format. He has a bit of Brendan McCullum in him. But I'm really sorry, it wasn't an uppercut, but it was more of a, what can we say, a scoop of the bat on the offside, perhaps. Very good shot. Very good shot. He knows that the third man wasn't present over there. And that is why he just went over the inner circle in that region and gets away with the boundary. So 39 runs required from 18 deliveries, and Dinesh Ramdin and Team Seifert are the man at either ends of 22 yards. Wahab Riaz is the one who's going to bowl this over. He's been really good in his previous over. He's picked up the wicket, the crucial wicket of Darren Bravo, who is really looking dangerous today. That too, a bold, clean bold. Wahab Riaz is an experienced star, and I think it's pretty good of Andre Fletcher. Good captaincy from him to bring in Wahab Riaz at this crunch situation. Now this is a good over, and the pressure is straight on TKR. The pressure builds more and more on TKR. So that has been the thing. I think David Vissi has got one more over to bowl, and perhaps will be bowled in the 19th over, if I'm not wrong. This one gets it straight in the pads and scampers for a single. Goes for the Yorker and executes it quite well. The batter, tries to somehow manage to drill that alongside deep mid-wicket region, and that's really good running between the wickets between Team Seifert and Dinesh Ramdin as they get a double over here. So this is really good running between the wickets. 16 balls left and 36 is the runs required. Each and everybody hearing this cricket one live on air. Seifert on the strike. Oh, smashed it down the ground this time, but straight towards the fielder at long off. Will get only a single. Now, there's a very good field placement, I would say. Allen is quite finer of the actual long off position that we all know, and this is quite fair enough, and that is quite clever too. Ramdin's not been the most ferocious of them all. For some weird reason, I always like him to Dinesh Chandimal, but both have been fairly similar. Wicket-keeping specialist batsmen, Lucia perhaps. Well, Praveen, I feel that it's perhaps Lucia, but Team Seifert, if there's something that TKR needs, is that they need some sixes and fours from Team Seifert. Dinesh Ramdin, of course, he can hit fours and sixes, but he is not the cleanest strikers that you will ever come across in the TKR lineup. I think Team Seifert is more of a better striker of the cricket ball. But yeah, Ramdin will go for the big shots, but I don't know how far will he go. And yes, just like that, he didn't time that well this time. It was a low full toss, pulled quite wider. Ramdin quite very premeditated that. He showed what he was looking for, and the bowler Ramdin just cleared his legs quite ahead of the bowler releasing the ball. And we can see the bowler, he just went away from the right-hander this time, and Ramdin couldn't time that well because he was quite ahead with his premeditation. So a lot of things to be done for Dinesh Ramdin if he needs to finish this game. Team Seifert on the strike, and this time whips it on the onside straight towards the fielder. Oh, there is that a misfield. No, that isn't the fielder out there. At one point he just stopped for a moment, and it seemed like they just signed to the misfield. No, they didn't. Well, so Ramdin on the strike, single taken. That was a quick single taken by Team Seifert. .173 for 5. Trinbago Knight Riders. Shah Rukh Khan will be hoping that his team goes over the line. TKR, the defending champions, isn't it? Well, this time a full toss, and that's high up in the air. That won't clear the boundary ropes, and that, yes, is straight towards the fielder. Aline at long off, and Wahab Riaz gets another one. As I mentioned, Dinesh Ramdin is not the cleanest strikers of the ball, and there you go. He once again mistimed it straight towards long off. Now that isn't the delivery. That was a complete loose delivery, and you would expect that to go for a 6. But Dinesh Ramdin, he has just managed to get out in that delivery. Oh, this is terrible. Things just turning out terrible for Trinbago Knight Riders at the moment. Wickets going in. Wow, we are speaking the crucial one. Ramdin goes for 29 or 26 deliveries. Praveen Bharti is up here. Boy, do they need a 20-run penalty made over. Could be. Could be the man. Has SLK shown up there? Not in this game. Not in this game. I'm not sure if he has shown up in either of the games. I might have missed a few games too at 4:30 a.m. matches, man. I haven't watched them at all. That's 4:30 a.m. That's sleeping time. I can't wake up. That's the time where I can't even wake up or can't even stay awake. So that has been one of those timings where I've missed the matches of CPL. But yeah, Team Saifed is on the strike and they've sent in Akil Hussain. I've seen Akil Hussain hitting a bit of boundaries and sixes at times, but quite occasional, but he can. So I would one or two over here would really be helpful for TKR. But everything lies on how Team Saifed bats, I believe. But yes, of course, Akil Hussain can play the short cameos if he will try to play that. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Team Saifed. He's off the strike at the moment as Akil Hussain is on the strike. Ramdin quite unhappy with himself. He's sitting in the dugout because he know that he could be the man who could take TKR over the line, but things didn't just go in his favor. Also, he wasn't timing the ball well, but there's a tough over for TKR as David Vissy is into the attack. The informed David Vissy has bagged plenty of wickets in previous match of St Lucia Kings, and now in this match he's pricked the 3-4. He is surely the man of the match for me because of his all-round performance. He has also batted really well, laid down the innings. Well, Akil Hussain on the strike. He's going to face his first delivery. What's he going to look? I think is he going to rotate the strike and give the strike to Team Saifed, or is he going to smack it one? Oh, he goes for the big smack but misses this one. Oh, this wide delivery. Oh, so runs coming for TKR. A bit lucky over here. I won't say lucky because the opposition is making him lucky. Plenty of extras been offered by St Lucia Kings today. Akil Hussain on the strike this time. Slightly walks across and clears his front foot, and oh my goodness, as I mentioned, I've seen Akil Hussain playing a bit of cameos. He can hit the ball and he has struck it over long off for a magnificent 6. And Akil Hussain, 1 ball 6. Now this is what TKR requires. That is right in the slot. Oh, David Vissy, seeing a bowler in front of you, you just can't bowl those deliveries. You just can't pitch it right up in the arc, isn't it? Akil Hussain, he's gonna smack it down. A beautiful connection from Akil, I have to say. This time once again goes for the big whack, but no, a swing and a miss. Yes, the slow one working well for David Vissy this time. Good comeback. 10 balls left and Trinbago Knight Riders. How much do they require? It's less than 30, I believe. And yes, it's 26 required from 10 deliveries. And a few more 6s and 4s are required. David Vissy, this turning out to be a very, very amazing over. I think an interesting one. David Vissy here has really bowled well. Akil Hussain is all up for the big shots. And this time high up in the air, straight towards the fielder and beautifully taken. David Vissy gets his 4th wicket. 4 for David Vissy as Akil Hussain departs. And that was a mandatory shot that he had to go for. He had to go for that hike. But this time just didn't quite time well. And look at that. Once again the slower one working quite well. Slower, fuller, wider. Just Akil Hussain just trying to throw his arms at the ball this time. And just leading it straight towards the man at short third man. Lovely catch taken by the fielder out there. Not an easy catch, I would reckon, because it was going over his head and he managed to grasp it quite well. So this is a very good catch taken. Down, down and down. Yes, Praveen, as I mentioned, all St Lucia Kings needed was to get wickets on regular intervals, and they are doing it. They are getting it, and look where they are. They are in the verge of winning this match. But yes, 80 to 20% in favor of St Lucia Kings at the moment. Maybe if I was a win predictor, I would have said that. Team's effort, the last hope of Trinbago Knight Riders. Carry Perry is a new man in, but Trinbago Knight Riders have team's effort on the strike. 9 more balls to go, down the wire. Goes for the mandatory high, can straight to the fielder, and that being the last wicket. The last recognized wicket, and the last recognized batsman departs. Full and wide, a wide yorker from David Vesey. The batter tries to walk across the line and scoop it over. Extra cover this time, but he managed to air it up straight towards the fielder and extra cover. Lovely catch taken by Roston Chase. And yes, that is it. David Vesey is delighted as he gets a fifer. What a day it has been for David Vesey. A fifer for him. And Tim Safford, the last recognized batsman of Trinbago Knight Riders, departs after scoring 10 of 8 deliveries. Now, with that, all the hopes are being shattered. I would have said it's 99 to 1% in favor of St Lucia Kings at the moment. That 1%, that's for just a miracle that might happen. That can happen in any cricket game. Well, St Lucia Kings, you were on the top and they deserve this victory. They've played like a champion. The bowlers doing the work very well in the end, I would say. Yes, of course, the batters, they have managed to get a very good total on the board, a total that will always keep the opposition in pressure. David Vesey, the new Namibian, has struck. Well said, Pravin. Well, this time, a slow one bowled wider out the reach of the right-hander. Ali Khan tries to drag that one over extra cover, just misses the bat over there. Now, these are some mandatory deliveries that are going to be bowled, and all we'll see is St Lucia Kings going into the finals. And look at that, Tim Safford is not happy. He is showing his intention was to just scoop it over the extra cover fielder, but he just didn't execute it well. And this time up in the air. Oh, how far has it gone? How far has it gone? Oh, I think it's one bounce and a four from Ali Khan, or just over the ropes. What is it? That is a good hit. That is a good hit from Ali Khan. He's given a boundary by the umpire. Now that was a fuller delivery, bowled wider and pace off from David Vesey. What Ali Khan did is that he used his wrists very well. Just came underneath the ball and hit it underneath the ball this time. And yes, onto the gap between deep mid wicket and long on. Lovely striking from Ali Khan. But can Ali Khan and Harry Perry do something in the last over? 22 recurs from 6 deliveries? I don't think so. This game is totally in favor of St Lucia Kings. 3 dot balls over here, or 3 singles over here, and the game is done. But who is going to bowl the last over? Is it going to be Ali? Perhaps it could be Ali. There's no over of Alzari Joseph left. There's no over of David Vesey left. There's no over of Wahab Riaz left. Or is it going to be any spinner? I think it should be Ali. Oh, it's Kemo Paul. Oh goodness, yeah, Kemo Paul had overs left. So Kemo Paul, who went for 21 runs of his solitary over, is here. The last over, 22 runs required from 6 deliveries. Guys, what do you think? Can TKR do a miracle over here? Goes for the big shot, it's high up in the air. I don't think it's gone the distance, and yes, it's straight. Oh, lovely bit of catch taken. The tall man takes the catch. Lovely bit of work by Ali, and he's been a terrific fielder in the long off and long on region, I reckon. And with that, all hope shattered. Carey Perry, he went for the big shot up there. He just didn't time that well, the ball got hit with the bottom half of the bat. He got to hit the ball with the bottom half of the bat, and it almost went towards the ropes. But Ali, big hands, big feet, tall guy, gets good hands underneath and takes the catch. Carey Perry goes for a golden duck. So Harry Perry goes for a pair over here, and Ravi Rampal is the man who's in. So 9 wickets down for TKR, 184 for 9 at the moment, and Ali Khan and Ravi Rampal are the batters. And either ends of 22 yards. Ali Khan is on the strike at the moment. Keemo Paul has got his wicket right in the first ball after a very expensive over. Praveen Bharati over here, they've had no anchor this innings. 30 has been the high score in a chase that has been for north of 200 runs. Not even 150 in this type of a chase. That's a red flag. To some extent, I would agree to you, Praveen. They didn't really have an anchor. In such occasions, you need someone who can play an anchoring innings and take the game to the team. It always has been bits and pieces of runs being scored by each and every batters. So yes, that has been one issue, I believe, for TKR in this game. All the batters, I won't say all, but various batters such as Darren Bravo, Dinesh Ramlin, Karan Pollard, Colin Munro, Sunil Narine, all of them was well settled. They looked good, they were looking good, and they find a way to get out. And is that what pressure does, Is that what pressure does to you? That is my question. Four more balls to go, 184 runs on board at the moment, 22 required from 4 deliveries. And goes for the big shot, is high up in the air. Is there a fielder coming in? Is this the last wicket? Is running hard and takes it, and yes, that's it. That's it to wrap things up. Keemo Paul gets his second wicket, and St Lucia Kings into the finals of CPL. They have beaten the defending champions Trinbago Knight Riders without their skipper Faf du Plessis. Lovely bit of captaincy from Andre Fletcher. Lovely bit of batting from the boys over here. Lovely bit of fielding. Lovely bit of bowling from each and everyone out there who have contributed. Now this is some amazing efforts. TKR, they really looked, they really lacked an anchor in the innings. As Praveen Bharati mentioned, 30 has been the highest run scorer, and that's Sunil Narine. A lot of batters looked promising. They were really looking good, but none of them could take the innings in till the deep. So they were also expensive in the start, but I think it was a hard track, and the bowlers could have done better, but unfortunately things just not going in favor of TKR at the moment. And that is it. Harry Perry and others, they will be very sad at the moment. And yes, Mark Dale is delighted. He's played a very crucial knock. David Vissy, how good was he? Surely the man of the match for him. I can see Gautam Bhimani behind Mark Dale at the moment in the grounds. It's great to see him. Praveen Bharati is saying they have had scores of so stars. Too many factors have played into it, but still they have bottled it. Well, congrats, Lucia. Yeah, absolutely. Congrats, Lucia, for this amazing win. You are very, very good. Darren Sam is delighted. The coaching staff, Darren Sami over there, is really delighted. We can see him and the players shaking hands with each other. A lovely bit of game over here. And with that, we wrap things off for the night. And guys, I had the plan of coming live for the second semi-final, but I think it's 11:42 and it's going to start within 20 minutes. I've got dinner to do. I've got a lot of things to do, and I don't think my phone will be supporting the power anymore. But I'll surely try to come if I can, and I'll put up a message in Instagram. I'll give the update in Instagram or Facebook page. You can follow up there, and also in Telegram channel if I'm coming live in the second semi-final. Else, see you soon in the finals with a special guest over there, guys. And yeah, many videos coming soon regarding the IPL at the moment. There are plenty of videos that is gonna. Ali Khan needs to be the man of the match, right? Okay, so a bit of humor up there from Praveen Bharati. Come on, Praveen, come on. No, not really. I feel it's gonna be David Vissy. What's your take? Mark Dale, I think another contender, but I think David Vissy just turned the game. I think the extra bit of runs that St Lucia Kings got in the end, it was between Team David and David Vissy. And David Vissy also broke the middle order, broke the middle order of the batting of TKR. So has to be David Vissy, man. Getting a fiver isn't bed of roses of thing, but he's got it. Well, thank you so much, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel Cricket REBORN for various other uh, cricket contents over here. And yes, make sure you subscribe this channel, as I mentioned. Follow us on Instagram for as we put up various contents over there, short contents over there, also updates regarding various other things that takes place in the cricket fraternity, not just about Indian cricket, also about foreign cricket. And yes, we can see David Vissy here with the man of the match being awarded. As I mentioned, he had to be, because I think it was an easy choice for the commentators. David Vissy taking a fifer and playing a very vital cameo, 34 not out. Well, that is it, guys, and make sure you join our Telegram channel, because in our Telegram channel we give various teams or matches coming that's going across. And so it's 11:45 when we give the match for the upcoming match, guys. So see you soon in Telegram very soon, as we come up with the team, the dream team that could work for the second semi-final of CPL. See you soon, guys.